What's up, guys? It's a beautiful day out, beautiful morning. Got some coffee. Thinking about Alta today. I realize I've been saying Alta my whole life, but it's actually Alta. So for future references, I will refer to it with its correct name. My life's a lie, I guess. I never knew that, but. Oh, can you read what the shirt says? I don't know if you can, hang on. Let me move the mic real quick. The mic's upside down. The mic has been upside down for this entire intro. There we go. There we go. Maybe that's better. Read the shirt. If you're trying to get better at rails this year, there's only one way to do it. This is now available in the shop. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and pick one up. I would truly appreciate it. This one's going to be a little different than normal, a little different video. You know, no script, just kind of, again, talking about what's in my mind. If you guys enjoy this type of video, please leave a comment down below and leave a like on it. That really helps a lot. And if you're not subscribed yet and you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and join the 40,000, almost 40,000 of us watching these videos. And to stay tuned for all the good content we have coming out this upcoming season. So every year around this time, I have a lot of skiing thoughts in my brain. I'm getting super stoked for the season. And also every year around this time, a lot of video parts start coming out from the previous years. So it's always a great way to get stoked for the year, get hyped for the year, watch all these crazy video parts coming out. And you know, since I live in Ohio and we're probably not gonna ski for the foreseeable future, if ever this season, if it ever snows, you know, you never really know around here. I tend to watch a lot of videos and get myself super stoked. And each year, like 1 or 2 videos will stand out to me as like, oh, that was really sick. I wanna work that into my skiing somehow. But this year, out of all the videos that came out, one really stuck out. And this might sound dramatic, but it legitimately has changed everything for me when it comes to skiing and how I've been thinking about skiing. And I just wanted to talk about it today because I think this applies to more than just me. Tanner Hall, the ski boss, one of the godfathers of park skiing. If you don't know who Tanner Hall is, do your research, kids, because that means you're probably pretty young, because this guy has been at it since 1999. He's been at it for a long time. At the ripe young age of 40, drops his most recent video part, XL.
Y'all niggas dreamed it. I've seen it. Body warm, heart anemic. Coke, a nigga steamed it.
Now, before I go any further, the full video is down below in the description. Please go check it out before you watch the rest of this video. Much more important that you watch Tanner's video than my video. But not only was the XL, first of all, one of the most hype first songs that we've had in a part in a long time, but this man is sending roofs to flat in the streets. He's sending dubs in the streets. He's pretzeling off tree taps. He's throwing switch dub 9s on park jumps. And to top it all off, he's sending quadruple backflips in the Utah backcountry at 40 years old. He's skiing like he's 20 years old. This man is 40 years old. Again, he's been at it since 99. He's broke both of his ankles at the same time. Ooh. Ow! Bro, my ankles are broken! My ankles are broke! He's broke both of his tibial plateaus and tore both of his ACLs on the same crash. He's tore his Achilles. He's had countless other major injuries, and he's still riding this hard, dropping parts, keeping the hype alive. This man loves skiing more than anybody on this planet. And while he was doing all of that last season, me, at the young age of 27, here's what I was doing last year while Tanner was doing all that crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Over the last, I would say 3 seasons, my skiing has stagnated. There's no trick that I did the last few years that I wasn't able to do in 2018. 2019, 2020, that's the year I hurt myself. I was progressing at a pretty crazy rate because my goal that year was to get good on jumps again. And so I was throwing a ton of cork 7s. I had them pretty dialed in, and that ended up being the trick that blew out my knee. But so I was progressing that year, so I wouldn't say I stagnated that year, but every year since the injury, I've stagnated. I've been satisfied with my skiing. I just haven't progressed. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. Again, I had the major knee injury in the past. So I think in my head, I've just been kind of telling myself that my body isn't, you know, what it once was, and I'm just not able to handle progressive skiing anymore the way I used to. But then Tanner drops his part, 40 years old, suffering more injuries than I could even imagine. And I'm just like, what am I doing? You know? Like, what am I doing? Why have I given up? Because truly, it feels like I've given up the last few years. Like, given up the dream of progressing and getting to as high of a level as I can in the park. Maybe at age 27, that's like the end of your, like, if you're a competitive skier, that might be the end of like your X Games career. But for me, for the stuff I'm doing, that's nowhere even close to the end of my career. Tanner's 40, I still got 13 years to go. What I've realized after watching this part and just thinking about it a bit is that it's not the physical things that have been holding me back and preventing me from progressing. It's in here. It's right in here. It's mental. All the physical stuff, all the stuff I just mentioned, those are all excuses. It's mental. I'd given up. I lost that drive that I used to have for the park. I didn't lose my love for skiing, but I lost that, like, I'm gonna go land new stuff because I wanna prove it to myself that I can land new stuff type of mentality. I didn't have the confidence that I once had on my skis. I still don't have that confidence. And you know, overall, I feel like I've lost faith in myself, and that sucks to say, but I think it has to be said. And all those mental checkouts, like, that mental state I was in was preventing me from really focusing on my body and like having that drive to strengthen my body and get in great shape and get my body to a point where it can sustain more years of park skiing. So it was like a never-ending cycle, like mental affecting the physical. And when I went out to Park City this past season, the vibes were at an all-time high. Everybody was learning new tricks. Everybody was pushing each other, and I was a part of that, and it was awesome. And I got that drive again to want to progress. But honestly, while I was out there, my body just couldn't do what I wanted it to do. Coming into the off season after Park City, I was real gung-ho on like where this summer we're gonna use it to get my body back to a point where it's ready to go for the season, ready to progress, ready to push my skiing to higher levels again. I built a home gym and I started putting in work, I really did. But I still kind of felt like in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're putting in this work, but is it really enough? Like, are you doing enough? And then Tanner drops this part and it just, something flipped. A switch flipped, he dropped it a month ago. And since then, the drive is so much higher than it's ever been. Like, it is clear to me that the days of me learning new tricks on my skis are not over. Like, I could potentially have 13 more years of doing it as long as I keep my body in shape. And so I have been working my ass off to get ready for the season. You know, I want to ride hard for myself, but I also feel like I owe it to you guys. You guys have stuck with this channel since the beginning. I honestly was probably better when I started this channel than I am right now. And I feel like that's just, you know, it's not fair to myself. It's not fair to you guys who have been supporting me for so long. This channel is all about improving and getting better at the sport. And I feel like it's not right that the person running the channel isn't improving and getting themselves better at the sport while trying to convince other people to do the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm really locked in, more locked in than I've ever been on getting better this year. Now, we're not gonna go start throwing cork sevens on a whim. We're gonna be smart about it, but we're still gonna progress this year. We're gonna get better and we're gonna push our skiing. Like I said, it's more than just me that I hope this video helps. Any older park skier can relate to what I'm talking about. Like, you get older, you have more responsibilities, you don't wanna hurt yourself, you get nervous about things, but if you're doing all the work before the ski season starts to put your body in a position where it's ready to go for a full season, and you're being smart about how you progress, there's no reason that you can't still progress. So it doesn't just affect me and my skiing, it could affect you if you're an older park skier or somebody who wants to get into park and you're older. There's nothing stopping us but ourselves, guys. There really isn't, and that's so cliche and so silly to say, but it's so true. Like, it's all up to us to be able to do what we want to do. Thank you, Tanner, for the massive inspiration if you're watching this video. If you are, I mean, that'll probably be the highlight of my life. And thank you for all of you guys for sticking with me throughout the last few seasons where, you know, again, I feel like I just haven't really delivered. You know, I haven't been able to even make a season edit the last 3 years, honestly. Like, I just don't have enough clips that I think are worthy of an edit. So thank you all for sticking with me through a few years of pretty shitty skiing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The support honestly means the world, and it's time that I repay that support and drop some heat clips, some fire edits, some stuff that you guys will enjoy this season. And hopefully I get back to my old ways of grinding, learning new tricks, throwing new stuff, progressing like crazy. I love this sport. Learning new tricks is what this channel has been built on. And it's time for me to start learning again. No more satisfied with what I'm doing. Let's learn new stuff, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Just wanted to sit down and have a nice little coffee chat with y'all. I'm probably gonna follow this video up with a goals for my season video where I'm gonna break out a list of tricks that I'm trying to learn this year, and we'll check in at the end of the year and see if I land them all, to hold myself accountable, to try to progress. It's something I started years ago and I never held myself accountable to keep doing it, but we're gonna do it again this year, and we are gonna try to land as many of those tricks as we can. So stay tuned for that one. I hope this video helped you guys. Go check out Tanner's Full Part XL. It's unbelievable. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.